so fake. You guys, Kirby's here. She doesn't want to be on camera. I'm not going to force her.
I'll see y'all next time.
Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Tiffany Epiphanies. I'm your host, Tiffany Black, and I have a really special show for you guys today. So this is a continuation of my most popular episode. I talked about why I moved from LA to Atlanta and then from Atlanta back to LA. And it got me the most views on any video on my entire channel. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit more information on it because I know that you guys really care about that. I also called in a little bit of help from some of my friends who have also moved from Atlanta to LA, because at this point, like, my experience is kind of unique. I lived here for a number of years before. I went to Atlanta and I did a bid, and then I came back out here and I've been out here for like a year. I had to do this little insert because before I could even get the episode out, I continuously got questions about how to relocate to Los Angeles. People want to know where to live, how to get their car out here, what's the best way to move. And rather than continuously help people individually and like answer the same questions over and over again, I decided to make an online class that can help anybody who lives anywhere who wants to move to LA. So this class is listed on Udemy. Watch this episode because it is done. It has excellent advice. But if you really are serious about moving and relocating to LA, I have all the answers figured out for you. I have a class on Udemy. It's extremely affordable. I want you guys to check it out. More information for the class is in the link in the bio. So I sent everybody the same questions, and now I'm going to answer them for you myself. So the first question is, why did you leave Atlanta to move to LA? Personally, I left Atlanta to move to LA because LA is somewhere that I can do everything. I wanted to join the Writers Guild. I wanted to develop my career as a writer, and that's just something that doesn't happen in Atlanta. There's not a whole lot of writers' rooms, not that I know of, and I do my research. So I wanted to come back out here so that I could continue to act, elevate my career in acting, and join the Writers Guild.
I moved to the left coast from Atlanta after I did a very powerful film, a very special film to me and everyone involved. And the advice I obtained from the producers on set and the director on set was that I needed to be in LA for the next moves in my career.
I left Atlanta and I moved to Los Angeles because it's been a dream of mine since I was a child to move to Hollywood. I didn't even know the name of this city was Los Angeles when I was a kid. I just knew that it was Hollywood, and that Hollywood was in California, and I had to go to Hollywood.
I left Atlanta because I know that LA will forever be the filming capital of the world, and while I had success in Atlanta, I just knew I would rather be in LA just fighting for better roles.
What's the most important thing someone should focus on when they move to LA?
Trying to figure out how to answer that question.
Women, weed, and weather, duh.
I think that you should focus on, first off, stabilizing yourself, like really just being able to eat. Now, if that's your daddy is gonna pay your rent and feed you, cool, you can just jump right into pursuing your dream.
Nah, the most important thing once you're focused on is remaining focused. There's a lot of distractions here in LA, so stay focused.
I think that the most important thing that a person should focus on is themselves. I think that the starting point is the self, and when you are centered, when you are grounded, when you love yourself, when you know yourself, when you like yourself, then everything else is easy, and or everything else falls into place.
It's not for the faint of hearts.
Not becoming Hollywood, I think, is very, very important, because when you're new to Hollywood, it's easy to fall into that, and that's where you get trapped, that's where you get stuck, that's where you kind of lose yourself and you can lose your art. So I would say just focus on staying focused and finding communities and finding people who are like-minded.
Would you ever move back to Atlanta?
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Probably not.
In a heartbeat?
Yes!
To work, absolutely, but to live, right now, I'm gonna say no.
Yes!
I would go back to Atlanta if a job took me there.
I'm probably gonna end up back in Atlanta.
I'm not gonna say I'd never go back. Atlanta is a beautiful city.
Atlanta was my speed.
I don't think I would ever go back to just move.
How did you get an agent in LA?
That's G14 classified information. None of your goddamn business.
My agents in Atlanta introduced me to my agents in LA right before I moved here. So I really accredit it to God and God's hand and favor in and on my life.
They say the best way to get an agent in LA is to get one of your actor friends to recommend you, but that hasn't necessarily been my experience.
I was very fortunate enough this time to have a really great friend who recommended me for my print agent, and they're great. And my manager actually got me my commercial agent.
But my last agent I got just because I submitted. I went to this bookstore in Hollywood called Sam French, and it's a little blue book. I might have it on me.
Every agent that I ever had, I got doing a mass mailing. I was that person who went to Sam French, got the book.
Oh, here it is. It's called An Actor's Guide to Agents.
Went online, researched literally every single agent that was in that book to see their submission policy, look at who was on the roster, if they had people like me.
They say they update it every year. I think they change the cover every year because there's stuff in here that I know ain't true.
I was at the mailbox with like stacks of those huge manila envelopes. I am a firm believer in going old school and doing a mass mailing.
It's good information, like it's a good place to start, but it's not the end all be all. Should I come to LA for pilot season and then go back to ATL? I would say no.
Why not? Give it a shot.
I don't know that pilot season is the best time to do it.
Just because if you don't have representation in LA, it doesn't serve you to just move out here during this elusive pilot season.
What's the worst that could happen? You book something?
Coming for 3 months and leaving, you really didn't give yourself a fighting chance or shot.
Just, you never know until you try.
Where should I live when I move to LA?
Someplace safe. Ha!
Koreatown is amazing because it's central to everything, but there's no parking.
Some people live in their cars, some people live in a house.
Someplace that you can afford. Ha!
The valley is great, but it's far from everything. There is parking, but it's hot.
I think you should live where your business is. If you have to go to work in the valley and you're acting class in the valley, like live in the valley. LA is very spread out.
LA's so spread out.
Someplace that is not going to completely break your bank account.
And auditions don't just happen in one singular part of town. Auditions happen everywhere and nowhere.
And so, yes, it's expensive. If you can save money, but there's so many stories of artists and actors and actresses who've moved here poor or with very little money and they've made it.
You'll hear a lot of famous people backtrack to when they were living in their cars. Some people are more fortunate than others in the beginning. I can't say where one should live. Look around, look around, look around.
So I can't even say bring money. I think that you need to bring yourself and bring a fighting spirit. And I think that if you're grounded, you can fight a little bit more.
Don't try to keep up with the Joneses, because the only people that can keep up with the Joneses are the Kardashians.
In South LA, you're in the hood, it might be a little bit cheaper.
Just do you. Live within your means.
Lastly, what is one thing you wish someone had told you before you moved to LA? That's a good one. What's something you wish somebody would have told you?
I'm definitely making sure I'm back in whatever area I need to be at before that traffic hits.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really subscribe to that though. I'm not gonna like rush home to avoid traffic. I moved here to be where the stuff is happening. So I'm not gonna not go to the stuff. I'm gonna make it as convenient as humanly possible to go to all the stuff I want to go to.
I don't really have anything that I wished anyone would have told me before I moved to LA. No, that's not true.
To believe in myself. To continue to believe in myself when I got here. Because you'll look around and you'll see the most beautiful people in the world, but it's fake. So believe in yourself and don't compare yourself or your journey to anyone else's.
What I will tell you is that it's okay to be afraid and to trust. These are things that people told me. It's okay to be afraid. It is a scary move, especially if you are coming alone, and even if you're coming with someone else. You are taking a leap of faith. You are risking it all on your dreams, and that is dope.
I think that's my Tiffany Epiphany of the day. Like, oh, what's for you is for you.
Because what God has for you is for you.
Know that what's yours is yours.
You have to listen to God. You know, I've yet to hear the same story twice. No two paths are alike. So whatever God tells you to do is exactly what you need to be doing.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope this episode helped somebody. Stop by my comments. Let me know how it's working out for you. If you watched my last one, let me know if this continuation is real helpful. I appreciate that. Like, share, and I will see you guys next week. Tiffany!
Tiffany, last name hustle, baby.
Tiffany, last name hustle, baby. Tiffany, last name hustle.